Hey YouTube friends, thank you for stopping by the channel. Today is kind of sad because I am concluding my visit to Paris. It has been a lovely 6 weeks, but as part of that I'm going to do a series of videos, and today's video is the 5 tourist sites that I would skip, either because they're a waste of time, they're a waste of money, or they're just better alternatives. So these are my 5 places to avoid during your visit to Paris. Let's get into it. So these are sites are in no particular order. I'm not saying one's worse than the other by putting one first, one second, one third. I just did it in what felt right to me. Number 1, the Louis Vuitton Foundation. The Louis Vuitton Foundation, and I'm showing you outside pictures of the building, is absolutely gorgeous from the outside. And the building is beautiful. You're saying, Ty, why wouldn't you visit? Because it's way out of the way. Unless you're going to that arrangement for some particular reason, it's just not worth the trip over. It's a 10-15 minute walk from the train station. I happened to go when it was raining, so it was miserable, 10 to 15 minute walk both ways. The art is rotating, so you don't know what you're going to see. So unless there's some exhibit there that you just particularly want to see, I'm going to say save your money. Louis Vuitton Foundation is owned by the world's richest man. You know, he doesn't really need your 13 euro or 16 euro, whatever I paid, and you can save your time. The only reason to go is to see the building, and you can do that largely from the outside. If you're going to go inside, you may or may not get a good exhibit. I didn't particularly care for the exhibits that were there when I was there. I'm showing you some pictures of it. Now, I did love the Matisses, but I love Matisse. And so maybe it might have been worth it if it was in conjunction with something else. So I'm giving the Louis Vuitton Foundation a big skip. Number 2, the Arc de Triomphe. Now, I'm not telling you to not go to the Arc de Triomphe. What I'm telling you is save the money to go inside. It costs 16 euro to go inside the Arc de Triomphe. 16 euro, and I'm showing you the inside. After you climb 280 stairs, I believe, it's some ridiculous number, you get into the top, almost the top, and there's nothing there. There's literally nothing there. So what are you paying 16 euro for? You're paying 16 euro for the view, and great, it's a pretty view of the Eiffel Tower, don't get me wrong, but you can see that view for free from a lot of other places, including the park right in front of the Eiffel Tower. So why would you give them 16 euro to go see a view that you can get from other places for free? The day I was there, it was raining, so maybe I'm a little biased. I'm going to show you what I got from it, and if you want to spend 16 euro to get that selfie, by all means, and climb 284 stairs, go for it. Not saying don't. But number 2 on the skip list, Arc de Triomphe. Number 3 on my skip list, the French Pantheon. Okay. The French Pantheon is a beautiful building, and the panorama, the view, is really pretty. But it's a monument to French culture post-revolution that's basically a bunch of paintings on a wall and a crypt with some dead people in it. Do I really care? And by the way, the star of the crypt, Voltaire, may or may not actually be there. So you may or may not actually be seeing the remains of Voltaire. And there are some other heroes of the French Revolution and kind of famous people who may or may not actually be in the crypt where they're supposed to be in the crypt. And they tell you that in the audio guide. This is nothing new. I'm not breaking news here. So is it beautiful? Yeah, in some ways, sure. Is it worth going that far out of your way? Absolutely not. So that's number 3 on the skip list. All right, number 4 on the skip list, Sainte Chapplle on the Conciergerie. So Sainte Chapplle is this beautiful old chapel, and don't get me wrong, the stained glass, which was famous for, is absolutely amazing. I'm going to show you pictures of that now. It is from the 13th century, so the 1200s. It starts at Genesis, goes through the Passion of Christ, Book of Job. It is a really neat and beautiful stained glass window. But that's all there is. So, if stained glass is your thing, then absolutely go see it. For 20 euro, you can buy it with a ticket, the Conciergerie. The Conciergerie is a palace, a former courthouse and prison that is centrally located. Its claim to fame is that during the Revolution, it housed like almost 3,000 prisoners, like 27, I think it was 2780 was the precise number, the most famous of which is Marie Antoinette. So I'm showing you the inside of that building. There are basically 2 rooms you get to see, well, 3, okay? Maybe 4, if you count the kitchen, which wasn't open when I was there. It's not very exciting. The most exciting thing is the 2 things that I'll show you now. The audio guide, or video guide, which gives you a 3D rendition of what it was probably like back in the different phases and different points in history to be in those rooms, which was, okay, that's pretty cool. But it's basically a virtual reality tour, which you could probably do on some sort of meta mask or something. I don't know, because I don't use that kind of stuff. And you got to see Marie Antoinette's jail cell, which I'm showing you now. And that's it. The rest of the tour is basically walking around looking at posters about the French Revolution and getting the history of the French Revolution, which you will see in many other places in France, I assure you. So, save your 20 euros unless you love stained glass. And if you love stained glass, then you should absolutely go see the beautiful stained glass. Now, it's also very far above your head, and while it told me it was telling me stories in the little guide thing that they give you, or that you can pick up and read, my eyesight, even with my glasses, was simply not sufficient to be able to see what they were trying to tell me it showed me. So I didn't really get it. But hey, cool. So my final suggestion of places you may want to consider not spending your time or money in Paris, and it's a doozy, the Eiffel Tower. Okay, I can already hear it. I can already hear you guys saying, Ty, you expect me to spend thousands of dollars on airplane tickets and hotels and everything else and go to Paris and not see the most famous tourist destination in the world. And that's not actually what I'm saying. You should definitely see the Eiffel Tower, and you can see the Eiffel Tower from many, many, many places in Paris. Well, my suggestion for you guys is that paying 30 plus euro to go inside the Eiffel Tower is a waste of your money. And here's why. So what I'm showing you is views. What do you get from the Eiffel Tower? So you pay 30 euro, you get to go up it's kind of a funicular, I think is what you call them, but they go up the side of the tower, which is kind of cool. That is cool. The coolest part's get ready to get right in the elevator, okay? Not gonna tell you that's not cool. It kind of is, especially if you consider, how long ago it was invented, but whatever. And then you get a view of Paris, and you get to visit a gift shop, because we don't have enough gift shops in Paris. There is a clear dearth of gift shops, so we had to put one at the top of the Eiffel Tower. And no, I am not kidding. That is what is up there, is a freaking gift shop where you can buy macaroons in a special Eiffel Tower tin from a shop from Pierre Hermé, which is a famous macaroon maker in Paris. He's got shops all over Paris, but hey, you can go ahead and buy the special commemorative tin with the same flavors of macaroons, but you get a cool tin. I'm not kidding. That's what's at the top of the Eiffel Tower. So here's my suggestion. Instead of paying 30 euro to go inside the Eiffel Tower, get close to the Eiffel Tower, go have petit déjeuner, breakfast, somewhere close to the Eiffel Tower, and enjoy the view there. Or go to Montparnasse Tower, where you get, for 35 euro, you can combine the view from the Montparnasse Tower with a Seine River cruise, and you get to see the Eiffel Tower twice. Once from 56 stories, looking dead on at it, which is beautiful, showing you that view now. Wow. And a second time from the Seine, where you get pretty close and you can get some really cool pictures. My favorite picture in 6 weeks was one that a nice passenger took of me just looking at the Eiffel Tower. I love that picture, and I got it for 15 euro, okay? And I got to see the rest of it. I got an hour and a half tour down the Seine, or hour and 15 minutes. So I'm not telling you not to go to the Eiffel Tower. What I am suggesting is that there are better ways to see the Eiffel Tower, because guess what you can't do from the Eiffel Tower? Look at the Eiffel Tower, right? All you're paying for is a view of Paris, and there are at least 3 other views I've suggested in other videos. May even do a whole video on just the views of Paris and where to get the best view, because that's what you're paying for at the Eiffel Tower. So, just be prepared. It was funny. There was a teenage girl on the tour, and her mom asked her, "What do you think?" And I said to her, she was up at the top of the Eiffel Tower, and she goes, "Eh." And I'm like, she nailed it. Because I've been to the Eiffel Tower 3 times, and I couldn't remember it. You'd think by the second time I would have remembered it. I didn't, and you know why I didn't remember? Because all there is a gift shop. So, hope you like this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel and look for my video on the best views in Paris, because now I'm going to do one just so that you know where to go that's not the Eiffel Tower. Thank you for watching. Take care.